Okay, so I wanted to show you guys how to label these type of diagrams that use gears. So that's what this video is all about. So the first thing you're going to do for today's assignment, you're just going to go here and right click and save image as. And then you're going to save it to somewhere where you can find it. For me, that's always the downloads. That's usually the easiest place. So I'll save it, simple one-to-one gears. All right, then you're going to go down here and type in Paint to open up the Paint program. I'd recommend you right click and pin this to the taskbar, then it'll hang out down here for you, but you don't have to. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File and open that file that I just downloaded. There it is, simple one-to-one gears. And if you can't find it, you're going to have to point it to wherever you downloaded it to. I put it in downloads, so there it is. Okay, there's three things. If we look here, I've highlighted three things I want to see. I want to see which gear is moving clockwise or counterclockwise, what the drive gear and the driven gear is, and then give me some arrows that show which way these gears are rotating if they're spun. All right, so let's take a look at that. The first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to open this text tool. So right up here was a text tool, and I'm going to make and draw a box right here. So you have to click and drag, and I'm going to label this gear right here, and I'm going to label this as the drive gear. And you can see mine's about the right size and it's easy to see, but yours probably isn't going to be like that at first, depending on what you have the font set to. So you have to go up here. I recommend you go to an 18-point font. That seems to be about the right size for today. And then you want to choose a font that's very easy to read. Don't use any of these weird ones with cursive. I won't even grade those because I can't read them. Just choose one that's like a heavy one. I like Impact. It's very bold and it's easy to read. And then make sure your color is correct. You have a color that we can see. And this is called the driven gear, because that's the one. Now the drive gear is the one that we put the power to, like either a motor or in this case our hand, which is cranking it. The driven gear is the one that's driven by that, and that's where the power gets output to. So we have input to the drive gear. The output of the power spinning goes to the driven gear. Okay, that's the first part. Let's look at what else we need. We need drive gear. Oh, we just did that part. Let's do clockwise or counterclockwise and directional rotation arrows. So this one, the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to go back and click on something else, and you'll get back here, go to the pencil, or you can use the brush, use the paint brush. That actually works probably a little bit better. And you can change the size to something larger. And I'm going to use black so it stands out really well. And I'm just going to show, now I don't care which way this first one goes. You can choose either way. I'm going to choose to make it go this way. If you spin yours, you should have it with you in person. And one of the things that we're going to notice when we start spinning it is that when one gear spins clockwise, the other one goes the opposite directions. So as you can see, when I rotate this gear clockwise, the other one goes the opposite direction, which is called counterclockwise. So if one of them spins this way, the other one would have to spin the opposite direction. Okay? So let's signify that on our drawing. So we're going to put the opposite arrow would be heading, and it spins the opposite direction. Make sure you put an arrow at the end so I can tell which way is which. Okay? Finally, I want to put at the bottom, I want to put what direction these are spinning. Since I made this one, if you look at it, if this was a clock, this is spinning the same way as a clock. This other one is spinning backwards. So this would be backwards for a clock. So we would call that clockwise and counterclockwise. Let's label that. So I'm going to go back to the text tool and go underneath, and I'm going to make a text box. I'm still on 18 and Impact font. That's great. And I'm going to put CW, capital, so I can see it easily. That stands for clockwise. And you could also, for this one is backwards, so we're going to put CCW, counterclockwise or anti-clockwise, against the clock. So here's the three things: drive gear, driven gear, rotational arrows in both ones, and then clockwise and counterclockwise. Now the question is, what if I had the arrow going the opposite? Then this would be backwards and you'd have to change that. Okay, so let me go through this, and since I've already done it once, let me go through it again really quickly. I'll give you the quick version to see it again. This time, I'm going to pretend that this one was going the other way, which is fine, and I'm going to change these these would be backwards then, okay? So I have to change it. Okay, so let me open this again and we'll get restarted. I'll just go through it one more time so you guys can see what's up. Okay, first of all, text tool. I'm going to drag it out, change it to an 18-point font, and something big and thick like Impact works great. I love Impact, I can see it. Make sure it's on a color that's going to stand out against the background. And the first thing we're going to talk about is that this is the drive gear. Drive gear. We're going to make another text box over here after you click off that one. This is the driven gear. The drive gear is where the power gets put into. The driven gear is the one that it comes out on. It spins our flag around. Then I'm going to go to the paintbrush, change it to a thick brush, make sure it's a color that I can see, and I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to make this one spin the opposite direction as I did last time. It doesn't matter, but you do have to make sure you have the clockwise and counterclockwise correct. So this would spin the opposite direction. And finally, we put down another text box here. This is counterclockwise because this new way that I have it, it's spinning against the clock. If this was a clock, this would be going backwards, so that's not good. So that's not a good clock. This one is clockwise, CW. Okay, finally, we're going to go to File, and we're going to save it as, and it's going to be, I'm going to put my name, Jeremy, in front of that. Whoa, that's all backwards. Jeremy. I'll save that. Yep, that's okay. And then I'm going to go to turn it in. Start assignment. Upload a file. Choose your file. And the file is going to be Jeremy Simple 1-to-1 Gears. Press open. And we're going to submit that assignment.